An open source AI from China is suddenly challenging the biggest coding models in the world. While everyone was busy watching ChatGPT and Claude, a company called Moonshot AI quietly released a coding model that's climbing leaderboards, competing with million-dollar AI systems and making developers ask a very uncomfortable question. Are open source model finally catching up? This is Kimi K2.7 Code. For years, there was a simple rule in AI. If you wanted the absolute best coding model, you paid for it. Claude, GPT, Gemini. The smartest model were always locked behind expensive APIs and subscription plans. Open source models were good, but they weren't really in the same league. At least that's what everyone thought. But over the last year, something interesting has been happening. The gap has been shrinking fast, and Kimi K2.7 might be one of the clearest examples yet. A few days ago, Moonshot AI released Kimi K2.7 Code, a coding-focused AI model designed for code generation, debugging, project understanding, tool usage, and agentic workflows. Kimi K2.7 is built using a massive mixture of experts architecture with roughly 1 trillion total parameters. 1 trillion. That's frontier model territory. And according to Moonshot, this new version significantly improves instruction following long horizon coding tasks and agent performance while reducing unnecessary overthinking. In simple terms, it writes better code, follows instruction better, and handles bigger coding tasks with fewer mistakes. But claims are easy. The real question is, can it actually compete? When Kimi K2.7 started appearing on coding evolutions, people noticed something unusual. It wasn't just beating other open source models, it was starting to show up alongside some of the biggest names in AI. The point is that we are finally reaching a stage where open source models are entering the conversation, not as budget alternatives, not as backups, as legitimate competitors. And that would have sounded crazy just a couple of years ago. Here's something that most people are missing. The future of AI coding isn't about generating functions anymore. The real battle is agentic coding. AI systems that can understand entire projects, open multiple files, edit code, use tools, fix bugs, recover from mistakes, and continue working towards a goal without needing constant supervision. That's what everyone is racing towards. And Kimi K2.7 was specifically built for this. Moonshot claimed around a 10% improvement in agentic performance over the previous model with stronger tool usage and multi-step workflows. In other words, the model isn't trying to become a better autocomplete. It's trying to become a better developer. Now, if this sounds too good to be true, there is a catch. Actually, there's one thing that disappointed a lot of people: the context window. For a model this large, many expected a huge jump. Instead, the increase was fairly small compared to the previous version. And that's important because modern coding agents often need to understand huge code bases. The more context they can see, the better they understand the project. This is one area where it feels a little behind what many developers were hoping for. In one example, Kimi generated a complete SaaS landing page with animations, dynamic interaction, model layouts, and polished front-end components. In another test, it was asked to create a macOS-style interface, and while it wasn't perfect, it got remarkably close. The dock, the apps, the themes, the navigation, even various customization options. There were also a SVG generation test where it created complex animated simulations with realistic movement and interactive controls. And honestly, that's where Kimi really surprised people, because the outputs looked far better from what many expected from an open weight model. But here's what I think is the biggest takeaway. Not the benchmarks, not the demo, not even the pricing. It's the trend. Every few months, open source AI gets stronger. Every few months, the gap gets smaller. And every few months, another model appears that forces people to rethink what's possible. A few years ago, only a handful of companies could build world-class AI. Today, that list is growing. And that's making the entire industry more competitive. Because innovation is no longer coming from just one place or one company. Kimi K2.7 Code may not be the best coding model in the world, but it might be one of the most important. Because it shows just how far open source AI has come. It's powerful, it's agent-focused, it's surprisingly capable, and most importantly, it's another sign that the gap between open and closed AI is shrinking faster than many people expected. So maybe the real question isn't whether open source AI can compete anymore. Maybe the real question is, how much longer can the closed source giants stay ahead? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. And for more AI updates, join our WhatsApp community, link mentioned in the description. And if you like this video, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.